It's a Tuesday, I think. The hell day is it? It's January 2nd. That I know. I know Troy can't watch live on account of work. Well, that's a bummer. He does wish us Happy New Year. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 20 Minutes of Coffee. Michael McCarsel's here as well, saying Happy New Year, gang. That's because Michael McCarsel is a channel member to the Ken Napzok YouTube channel. We call it the World of Ken. Well, I call it that. I should probably put that on the banner. But we're here in 2024, the year of our Lord. Michael McCarsel here, perfect time at 2. Just finished today's Force Center, which apparently had an error. I apparently called the 1996 KISS Tour a farewell tour. It was the reunion tour. 01 was the farewell tour. And, thank you, computer, for that sound. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, no. Sorry. I accidentally decided to set up my computer. I get that annoying message. Do you want to finish setting up your PC? No, it's up, man. It's set. Leave me alone. I thought I was going to do that during the show. We got a lot of people checking in live here. PLD Projects. I need about 60 minutes of coffee today. It's same. David McKay's here. Coffee. Laser Bolt. Good morning and Happy New Year. I am drinking my peppermint coffee out of my Team Zoc mug. The store is down below. The link. Get the Team Zoc beanie. I'm gonna make better. I like the Team Zoc hats they have on there. I have 2 of them, but I need another one. I'll do that. Peppermint wheel coffee, because we're still in the holiday season. When does it end for you? When does the holidays end for you? I think it's on or around January 10th. By then, you have to accept the reality of the world in which you live in. We're here, and I'm going to look at the news. Some crazy stuff already going on. Crazy start to the year. I actually lost a great aunt I discovered last night. Actually, she passed away midday yesterday. She made it to 2024. That's on the back of the baseball card. You made it to 2024. But didn't find out until I checked Facebook because I was going to bed, because I don't really check Facebook all the time. So that got me thinking about life and looking back. And the title of this episode is New Year, Old Me. And I actually, that could be a negative thing. That could be, a negative thing. Look at that. Michael McCarsel says, think it ends after the first full week. David McKay says, I'm already back at work, so holiday is over. I was thinking about this, and I'll look at the news. I'm actually, New Year old me could be negative. There could be a negative connotation in this idea of, whatever, the calendar changed, but my problems are still here. That's all true. Nothing goes away at the stroke of midnight. But there is the spirit of hope that I was talking about on the most recent episode of The Blathering. Check it out here on the channel, on the podcast feed. But also, I've had a good start to the year energy-wise. There's a lot going on in the world that makes you overwhelmed, including a lot of stuff going on in Japan. I had some friends, real close friends in Japan, and I was up 1 a.m. After the ball dropped, trying to get a hold of them, and was able to, and everything was okay for them. But that Japan earthquake rattling the Japanese people, and there's deaths. There's more perhaps on the way, damage, injuries, and that's quite a way to start the new year. So none of that goes away, but my energy's been good. My energy has been productive. My energy has been hopeful and happy, and not in that New Year's resolution way, which can fade. And that's it's okay to lean into that stuff, but also you have to know that your 30 straight days of the gym, one day that streak's going to end. It's okay. It's okay. But New Year old me, what that means to me right now is I'm trying this year to tap in parts of myself that are there, that are who I am, that are what I want to do. I don't have to completely redefine my career path this year. I don't have to completely redefine myself this year, but I need a lot of fine tuning. I need a kick in the ass from myself on how to move forward with some things, how to lean into me as I continue my creative pursuits. And along the way, I might have to get a job at Del Taco. Who knows? Who cares? And part of that was not trying to find what's next, trying to find what was there. I'm going to be leaning into my side, my music side, my love of music. I think I just got an email this morning. I don't want to I don't want to tip the cart too much when we not there yet, but I think I'm finally moving forward on syndicating pop rock and radio to radio stations. Yes, radio stations still exist, and that might be step one of a larger footprint for pop rock and radio. And it's something I want to do. It's something I'm passionate about. Communicating with all of you and forming a community around me is something I'm passionate about, something I enjoy doing. Politics, news is something that's big in my heart. That's why anytime Ken and Alden goes on, Force Center going strong. I'm trying. I think I might have to cull the herd a little bit, pull back on some things, pull back on some things that I've tried or things that I've been doing for a while that haven't necessarily been working in terms of numbers and gains and all those kind of things, and finding what I want to do. And that is why I'm saying new year, old me. Change is good. Moving forward is good. But making sure you know who you are and doubling down on that is also good. And that's my goal right now in the new year. So what's yours? BLD says fingers crossed. Matty Gunner. Here he is. Matty Gunner's here. I already was chatting with Matty Gunner this year. One of my goals this year is giving Matty Gunner another hug. We did it in the Excel Center in London. We're going to do it in like a Chili's in Northridge this year. On that note, let's do this. I don't have a ton to say on the news today. I've been I wake up every morning and it's a Billy Joel song. We did start the fire. The horrific imagery behind this Japan Airlines crash is insane. If you guys didn't see this story here, on the runway, a plane, a passenger liner with close to 400 passengers and crew on it, struck a Coast Guard plane, Japanese Coast Guard plane that was bringing earthquake relief, and at least five dead on that Coast Guard plane, and everyone got out. And I am a emergency row exit person. I don't know about all you, but I am a emergency row exit person. We just actually back from Seattle, Grace and I were in the exit rows. Like if I can get to them, I'll pay a little bit more for the leg room and the responsibility. And I gotta be less than 5% of the people that sit in those emergency exit chairs and actually kind of run through it in your mind. Maybe I'm wrong. And you're out there listening or watching later. If you get the exit row seat and they ask you, are you prepared to fulfill the duties of an exit row captain? Yeah. Because you never think it's going to happen to you. And most likely it's not going to happen to you. But I'm watching this Japanese airline crash this morning, and that's all that's running through my head. What do you do? And so, not to make it about my own journey from Seattle, but just I always I always remind myself. I always say, here's what we're going to do. We're going to yank on this. We're going to push this out. Grace was sitting next to me. She's not a huge exit row person, so I would move her aside. Maybe you're going to guide people to me. You're going to call everyone over here to safety. Then I'll get the door open. We'll do that side. I run through it all the time. That's from my public safety background. So I don't expect everyone to do that. But seeing that crazy, absolutely crazy footage this morning, check it out if everyone. I'm so glad that the people on the passenger plane are okay. Very tragic that 5 people died who were en route to do good and help in that earthquake. So, yeah, that was the other thing as well. Watching the tsunami warnings, watching the quake, watching the footage. But also, here's where we're at now. And, I don't think it's super new news to anyone. Twitter, X, whatever, is a dumpster fire, right? Now, I would argue Twitter's always kind of been a dumpster fire, at least for about 5-6 years. But at least in news, you could always go to Twitter to get the most updated news. You could generally trust what was coming out. And in this earthquake that hits, the ball has dropped. We're going to bed here on the West Coast. 4:10 local time. Earthquake 7.5, I think, is where they settled on it. Hits. About 1 a.m. Or so my time. I get the up. I start seeing this stuff, and my friends are there. My friends have been posting from Tokyo and Kyoto, whatever, all on their Instagram page that day. So, and then they stopped. Kingsport Cows here says I'm doom scrolling. I am doom scrolling. That's what we do here. This should be called, instead of 20 minutes of coffee, it should be called Doom Scroll, the morning show edition. And I'm getting terrified, right? Because I just wanted my friends, not only just an entire nation of wonderful people, my friends are there. Like one of my best pals and his wife, who's also for years been one of my best friends. They're there, and this was like their second time to Japan, but it was like this trip they've been waiting for. And my friend's he's got some fears of flying, so it's a big thing to get him there. And I'm just your mind starts to run wild, like what's going on. And I can go to Google Maps, but I don't know the layout of Japan. I could look at a map and go, all right, Tokyo's more in the east coast of Japan. The earthquakes on the west coast, all the tsunamis are on the west coast. But it's not that big of a country in terms of size. So I don't know what's going on. Hey, Jonas is here. I love doing the show where I'm telling a story how I'm afraid for my friends' lives, and then I just see a nice comment from Jonas. Anyways, you see where I'm going. I just didn't know. So I'm trying to text them. They've lost power. They lost power in Tokyo. I don't know. And you go to Twitter to try to get information, and you're seeing people put up pictures from the 2011 earthquake, the 8.9 one with the effect of the nuclear power plant and the deadly tsunami, and people are putting that up but they're saying some are saying, oh, here's footage from 2011, great. Some are saying here's footage now, and you just don't know what's true. And there's still a thing, even though I have YouTube TV right now because of the football season. Thank you, Dolphins, for letting me ruin that money this weekend. Or waste that money this weekend. I'm like, all right, I have YouTube TV. I'm going to go to live ABC News or CNN or anything like that. They're still covering the ball dropping. They're still covering cat hotels with John Mayer in Japan. You just can't get any information. You can't get any real-time information. Earthquake Twitter is dead here in California. And in a giant case like this, you can't get updated information. Jonas is here, says, I'm going to Japan in February. King's Workhouse says, that would suck, but he didn't want to see Japan. You should check his social media. Oh, they're fine now. So what ended up happening, the postscript on that, Cal and everyone, is about 1:10 a.m. my time, I did get a phone call from my buddy, and he's like, we're in Tokyo, and to be honest, we didn't even feel it. We didn't even know. We started getting calls and texts from friends, and that's how we found out. So there you go. Wasn't sure of the layout. There you go. There's a goal. Jonas Bergen's going to Japan in February. I want to go to Tokyo. 2025 is Star Wars Celebration out there, and currently no plans for Force Center to get out there. Because of finances, and it's a little overwhelming and a little daunting. And we just did the Star Wars Celebration Europe or the London one, but I do want to get out there. I watch a lot of haircut videos from barbers in Japan. Barber 88, I think this is one. I'd love to get a beard trim or something out there from one of their wonderful barbers. It's an interesting culture. And I'm just talking about the barber culture in Japan. As we start to round out 20 minutes of coffee today, I want to talk a little bit about what might be happening with the Epstein list, which is out today or coming out today, and there's some stuff already out there. I was looking on Twitter. But I do want to click on this story, and I haven't read it yet. But I just saw this headline. Ian Ziering of 90210 fame, relieved to be unscathed after altercation with bikers. Absolutely going to click that story. There he is. There's our guy. I don't know why that sound like the average white guy. There he is. I love that they had Joe Flacco, Cleveland Browns quarterback. Big performance, big season for him. Come back. He had pretty much been done for the league. And there's great footage of him after the game seen former teammates and separate from each other. And he did there he is, and he did that, and then he walks away, and then he sees the guy there, and he's like, there he is, and someone's like, this is the ultimate white guy performance. I love that. I experienced an alarming incident involving a group of individuals on mini bikes. While stuck in traffic, my car was approached aggressively by one of these riders, leading to an unsettling confrontation. In an attempt to assess any damage, I exited my car. This action, unfortunately, escalated to a physical altercation, which I navigated to protect myself. Ziering wrote in a statement shared on Instagram. A video obtained and published by TMZ, of course, a person showed Ziering near a parked car in a confrontation and physical altercation with a group of individuals who were riding small motorbikes on Hollywood Boulevard. I've never seen that. His daughter was with him. I am relieved to report that my daughter and I are both completely unscathed, but the incident has left me deeply concerned about the growing boldness of such groups to disrupt public safety and peace. I don't disagree with them, but it's just this. We're talking about like circus performers on mini bikes. It's in a challenging moments like these that the strength and unity of our community are most vital. Is he running for office? I might vote for him. What happened? I don't want to give TMZ the clicks, but I want the footage. A roving gang of mini bikes. I'm picturing like the Shriners at like a parade, just zipping around, doing circles around cars. I feel for him. Maybe they hit his car and he gets out kind of angry, and next thing you know, you got 25 Shriners around you. He was attacked by mods, says King Sport Cal, which is a double meaning. That could mean he was either attacked by UK mods in the late 70s, early 80s, or he was attacked by the mods from the Book of Boba Fett with their colorful scooters, which I love in the end. I didn't at first, now I do. I'm glad Ian Ziering is okay. That's scary. Who wants to fight a bunch of mini bike riders? Unless Maddie Gunner's at your side. If you give me Maddie Gunner, channel member, King Sport Cal, channel member, you give me Maddie Gunner and King Sport Cal, and I'll take on any gang of mini bike riders. I'll stand by that. King Sport Cal, Maddie Gunner, me. We'll throw in PLD from the chat as well. PLD's he's got that New York, New Jersey kind of. Don't sleep on him. He'll cut you. We are going to round out our 20 minutes of crazy coffee today. Laserbolt calls it the fastest 20 minutes on the internet or on YouTube. I'll agree with that. I do not know what's going to happen, what to think. Did the winning Powerball ticket happen? Hold on. Time out. Oh, tickets sold in Michigan, won estimated $842.2 million. Wow, good for you, winner. I played Powerball in California last night. Did not win, but no one won. So I'm going to play again. Next drawing's Wednesday. Is it throwing money away? Money that I need right now? Here's my thought. I had $10 cash on me yesterday. And I decided I was getting gas, and there was a 7-Eleven across the street. And I saw, don't worry, 20 minutes of coffee quickly becomes 30 or 40 minutes. I saw across from the gas station, one of my favorite 7-Elevens. Not my favorite 7-Eleven, but like one of mine. And I said, I got $10 in my pocket. We're going to do it. We're going to play Powerball. It was at $810 million. The take of that is like the payout is about $404 million. Enough to where I could probably fly King Sport Cal out from Tennessee to rough up mini bikers in L.A. with me. So I played it. Is it smart? I'm someone who needs money right now. That $10 could have been a meal. I could have had a meal. Could have taken care of my family with that $10. But you don't play, you don't win. So I think I'm going to play again. All right. We are truly going to. King Sporthouse says, you ain't a biker unless it's a Harley. I don't know. I don't want to piss off bikers. There's those group of bikers who are usually like on motocross bikes. I've seen them all. I respect bikers. They're the toughest of the toughs. There was one time back in the mall days, I turned the corner and there was some, and I was walking with one of my off-duty police officers, and we turned the corner. There was like 9 or 10 motorcycles parked near the yard house. And he goes, "Oh, no." And I forget the name of him. I don't want to mess up the name, but he goes, "They're not supposed to be here. There's like an injunction against them. We need to back away, but also keep an eye on them." And they were all in the patio. And they were fine. They were fine. So, but I'll give bikers a 2. All right. One of the big stories that is cooking is this Epstein flight log release, and that some folks a lot of folks are named on there. I think it's important that we know some of those names, but I also think it's important that we know what those flight logs actually mean, which if this sounds like I'm a lefty setting up some kind of excuse, no. If that's the difference between a lot of us on the political aisles. If there's proof that Donald Trump flew not direct, you can't fly on an airplane directly to the Epstein Island. There was no airport. There was only a helipad. But if you get to that island, and we have some proof of it, and we have some proof of the bleep you're done. You're toast. You're done for me. So I don't care if it's, Bill Clinton. I didn't vote for Clinton anyway. I was too young for some of it, I think. No, I didn't. I did, I was a Bob Dole fan, only because I liked Norm Macdonald's impersonation of him on SNL. I used to do it on my radio show back in the day. I don't know if I'd vote for Dole now. Rest in peace, Bobby Dole. But, man, that's the difference. If there's some proof that someone that you'd vote for or someone that you watched a movie of or a show of and they did some horrible shit on Epstein Island, they're done. I think on the other side of the aisle, that's not necessarily the case, i.e. Trumpers. But we do have to make sure we're all understanding what all this information racing out might mean. There was already an incident this morning where a Green Bay Packer player, clearly some sort of Trumper, a MAGA Packer player, tweeted out part of a flight log photo, and it had Jimmy Kimmel's name on it. And you scroll down, and that could mean a lot of things. Epstein, number one, you couldn't fly directly to the island, but also he would give his planes out. I think one plane, whatever he had, 1, 2 planes, whatever it was, his plane would be used to get people to parties and all jet setters, all that kind of stuff. I don't know why Kimmel would have been on that flight, but then if you keep scrolling down, you find that the photo's kind of faked. The photo, it was from something else, and information on top of information on top of information. And that's the danger, not just with Twitter, but that's where we are. We're all so keyed up. We knew today was the day that the Epstein list was going to be revealed. We need to know what that truly means. I didn't know until this morning. I didn't know until this morning that you couldn't just fly to the island in an aeroplane. You had to get on a whirlybird, maybe a boat. So as this story develops all throughout the day and all throughout the week, I have the side I root for politically. I have the side that I want to win politically. But you have to make sure you're talking about the right things, right? That's what I think. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I had a bit of excitement knowing that the Epstein list was coming out. Let's do this. Let's figure this out. There's horrible things in the world. Israel's pulling out of troops from Gaza, but also at the same time saying we're in for the long haul. The Red Sea is ready to burst. Iran just sent a battleship or a destroyer, I think, into the Red Sea. This is where the U.S. military has taken hits from Iran-backed Houthi militants who have been firing on commercial ships. that is sometimes the start of larger scale wars. I sound like a middle-aged white man. I am, but I've been watching a lot of World War II docs this last month, and I just watched one yesterday, the war in the Atlantic, the German U-boats and all that stuff, and the havoc they were wrecking on commercial liners, and the Athenia, the first the British passenger liner ship that was sunk. That's kind of how that stuff escalated fast, as well as Germany marching on Poland, all that stuff that you know through history. So I'm watching the Red Sea with some nervousness. It's getting crazy out there. So all that to say, 20 minutes of coffee is here. Today is Tuesday. I should do one on Thursday. I have a changed recording schedule this week, so we're doing Sports Center on different days. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to the football, the Red Dead playthroughs, the game playthroughs. I got a big update. I have Laserbolt's still here watching live. Got a big update on the Madden football. When I finally get back to the Madden game stream, you're not even going to recognize my Miami Dolphins. I am 3 years ahead of where you last saw me play a game. On Christmas Day, this was my Christmas Day. We got back from Seattle on Christmas Eve. Easy flight back, easy. I had the best TSA experience. There was just the nicest TSA officer who was getting us in. A great time. I had an LA hat on. He was, I don't like that hat though. Get that hat out of my state. And we were talking. I said, hey man, my favorite baseball player for a while was Tino Martinez. Come on. The Yankees took him from us. I didn't want to say I was a Yankee fan, but all right. Anyway, so get back the next day, Christmas. You know what I did on Christmas? You know what I did on Christmas this year? I played about 11 games of Madden while watching 3 NFL games. Never got up from this seat right here where I'm at. Never got up. Like, it hurt. It hurt my butt, my back, but it didn't hurt my soul. It was a nice way to start. Get ready for the start of the new year, I should say. New year, old me. We'll end on this. What about you? Are you going to make sure you carry into the new year? What about you is not something you want to leave behind? We got new calendar to look forward to. We got a new year to accomplish things. We got some changes we all should make. But what about you? Do you want to double down on? And I'm not just talking about playing Powerball. I'm trying to find that out. I think I got some things I'm cooking. I want you all to find it for yourself too. Comment down below. Engage. Laserbolt says, does Madden simulate the refs robbing my Lions again? we're going to do 30 more minutes of this. I as you all know, I love conspiracy theory culture because I'm fascinated by the people who believe that kind of stuff. But I think most conspiracy theories aren't true, but sometimes they're hints of truths to come. We're talking in the 2000s on like MySpace. I would put out the NFL's rigged. I would joke, hey, what's the script this year? And that's mostly because I was a Miami Dolphin fan. I was watching the Patriots get away with a lot of stuff. But I don't think that's necessarily true. But then we had that NBA ref who got in some trouble, everything. It is hard to watch that Lions highlight and not think something was up. It wasn't just referee failure. It was so weird and frustrating. And Laserbolt, I feel for it. I will say this though, Laserbolt. I don't care about the percentages. I don't care about the analysis of the game. If after the third time, after the first 2 penalties, you got the first penalty, then you got the second attempt, and the Cowboys got a penalty, which might have been let's make it look like it's even. On that third time, I'm kicking the extra point. Dan Campbell was a Dolphin coach for a while. I actually liked him when he was an interim Dolphin coach. I think he's doing great things. I get it. You're on the road. You play for the win. I get it. But at that point, I would have said, you know what, maybe the gods are trying to tell us something. I would have kicked the extra point. But anyways, we'll get back to all that. I want to highlight this, though I have to put in a new promo because this says available 12/15. It's already out. Don't forget the Moon Ages Broken Pieces of What Remains, a 7-song EP is out. Hey, do me a favor. We're trying to move some algorithm stuff over on Spotify. If you're a Spotify user, I know some people aren't. If you're a Spotify user, go to our album and listen to the special one. That's the title of it. It's a special song, but listen to the special one, play it, put it on repeat, play it. I'm not saying play it 200 times. I'm saying play it 10 times, play it 5 times. If you're in your car and you can have Spotify, play that. We're close to breaking 1,000 with that one, which will help bolster us a little bit in the algorithm. Our song Tell Me was doing real good, and that's because it kind of broke through some barriers and started getting played more other places. So do that. Tell your friends about what we do there. Really proud of that. We got some other more music coming this year. All right, that's it. 30 minutes of coffee. Might as well just retitle the show. Jonas Bergen says the song's a great kid. Thank you, Jonas. Warm up your drumsticks, Jonas. That's all I'm saying. All right, friends. Bye.